Here we are. It is Monday, April 24th, 2023, and time to look at a whole bunch of stuff about Albuquerque real estate. I'm going to start doing these live every single week to give you a rundown on what is going on in real estate in the Albuquerque area and, of course, the whole nation as well, because it affects what happens here. Although, and I say this often, real estate is local. You got to look at the local as well as the national. So, first and foremost, let me pull this screen up here. Oh, that's good. Okay. Big. So there is a big story that broke last week. Any mortgage professionals and most people in the real estate world. Well, I don't know if everybody knew about this, but the news has been out since January. And what happened was FHFA, which underwrites and basically buys most of the mortgages in the country, changed the rules on I'm trying to say this without going too far because it's complicated, and that's really the big take on this. It's really complicated, and so the headlines have been new rule penalizes people with good credit and gives people with poorer credit more advantages, and to a certain extent, that is true. However, don't go and mess up your credit thinking you're going to get a better deal because that's not what's going on here. So here's just one of the many headlines that were out there. Mortgage News Daily, if you want to really dive into this and understand it better, they did an excellent story that breaks down what's happening here. So again, don't go mess up your credit thinking you're going to get a better deal on your mortgage. And I've got a couple charts here. So first off, this is the chart that a lot of people have seen that have been going around that shows your how it's going to change. And that's the big thing, is it was a change. However, this is the takeaway. If you're purchasing a home, if you've got, let's say, 80% LTV, right, which is 20% down, and you have a 740 credit score, you're going to have a 0.875 cost premium. And if you're a mortgage person, and I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry, but just for comparison's sake, now if you have a less than 740, basically 639 and under, you're paying more. There's no case where somebody with poorer credit is getting a better deal than somebody with good credit. What they did is they moved around who gets those. So again, it's complicated. It's just one more reason why you need a really good mortgage professional to help buyers and understand what their options are for mortgages. And FHA may be a better deal, and buying down the rate may be a better deal. So you got to look at everything. And it's just what this has really done is made the whole mortgage process a little more complicated, unfortunately. All right, another story that broke this week I want to talk about. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to look at the local Albuquerque data here in just a moment. So Lance Lambert, if you're a Twitter person, he's a great follow on Twitter. He does tons of national real estate news. And he just summarized, he's a writer for Forbes, and he just did a breakdown of the latest Zillow forecast. Zillow does a very good job forecasting data. They have a lot of data. They've got some pretty smart people crunching the numbers. And so what they found, and this is his story, is it's a divided market. Some markets are going to be down. Some markets are going to be up according to Zillow's forecast. And if you can look here, a little old Albuquerque, actually, I got a bigger screenshot here. You can see Albuquerque. They're expecting an increase, and that's March this year to March next year. And I'm pretty comfortable with that as well, based on everything I'm seeing in the market today. It does look like home price, at least year over year, home price increases are in the cards for the Albuquerque market. Okay, speaking of the Albuquerque market, let's jump to that. And I've got one other thing I'm going to go into here in a little bit, some data about foreclosures and what's going on with the foreclosures market. So Albuquerque, we're looking at the Greater Albuquerque area, all single-family homes for sale, updated every single week. You can tell I've done that one before a few times. You can get this report at abqhomeprices.com. And again, we're looking at the entire metro Albuquerque area. Even though this says Albuquerque, it should say Albuquerque MSA. And we've got broke down a bunch of different metrics here. We've got a summary here, a 4-month summary of all these different things. But I want to jump down to a little more detail. And what we're looking at is a 1-year trend. And so we're looking at inventory. That's really the big story, especially on the national stage in real estate, is how many homes are for sale. And here in Albuquerque, it's still pretty flat. We're basically equal, number of homes going on the market, number of homes going off the market. And I had my chart, and I don't have it here in front of me. It was about 270, 280 homes came on the market, and about equal amount came off the market in Albuquerque. So not a whole lot of change there. The prices, let's take a look at prices. Median list price. We're looking at list price, not what things are sold for, but list price is an important thing to look at because it gives you an idea where prices are going to be in the future. It's bumped around a little bit, but the darker line here is our 90-day moving average. We are higher than even last year. And we of course, we had those peaks back in May last year. So right now, median prices are more or less at the highest we've ever seen in Albuquerque. And the other pricing metric is price per square foot, which is another. In fact, I like this better than median price because it takes more things into account. And what we've seen, we had a peak here a couple weeks ago. The dotted line is the 7-day average, pulled back here last week, bumped back up again this week. But the 90-day trend continues to move up. So home prices do continue to move up in Albuquerque. We'll watch this and see how it goes here over the next few weeks. We should see more homes coming on. If normal historical trends hold true, we should see more homes coming on the market here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. A couple other things just I keep an eye on. Price decreases bumped up a little bit this week, but it's still only about 29% of all homes on the market had a price decrease. That's not a big number. Just means people got a little bit ahead of themselves on pricing the home and had to make an adjustment. Another thing I look at is relisted. This tells us how many homes fell out of contract, fell off the market. If there was some significant thing going on with buyers getting a little concerned about the market or something, we'd see that bump up as well. Thanks for watching our initial, I'm going to do this every week, a live show. I'm not sure what time, probably be 10 o'clock on Mondays to go over what we're seeing in the Albuquerque market. If you stuck in all the way through, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a comment. I really do appreciate it. And just my intention here is to just get out good real estate data so people understand what is going on in the real estate market. I'm Tego Venturi. I'm with the Venturi Group of Real Broker here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and you can reach us at 505-448-8888. And again, if you want to look at the real-time market data, here, let me turn this off so you can see me there. If you want to look at the real-time market data for Albuquerque, and I've got it broke down by city, by the entire metro, as well as all the way down to a zip code level, the weekly update of what's going on, it's abqhomeprices.com. Thanks for watching. Take care.